Oh, okay, Beth. We are
What up?
here. We are here. We are here. We are live. I got something for you, Deb. Are you looking at the screen?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the screen.
Okay, are you looking at the screen?
What's your favorite superhero archetype?
You can't see yourself. You can't see what I'm sharing on the screen.
No, I don't see what you're sharing on it. Whoa, that's epic.
Tina got you. Tina got you.
Hey, Tina. Tina's awesome with this, man. So she's like the CSI investigator archetype, you know, and combine it with the Superman archetype. That's awesome.
I thought that would be so cool for you to see that.
I like it, man. She's like the mean general, man. She's definitely a special archetype for that. Thank you, Tina. I appreciate it. Thank you, Erica. That was awesome. Got me a Superman. Feeling gravy today. This is how you feeling? So
I'm trying to find us again.
Oh yeah.
It says we're live.
If you're live, I'm looking on YouTube here. Let's see here. We got one person just watching here. Got me just watching.
Okay, so you're just the guy. You're the guy watching.
I'm the one guy in here, but it's going to be more than one, so we already know that. So everybody, everybody, welcome.
Okay, well, this is the First Lady Erica, and who's with me?
This is your friendly Ascension guy, Dad Brad. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, that's my astrologer buddy, Dab. And we're going to talk about the superhero archetype. Mm-hmm. A lot of people put in their votes on who they wanted to see. Did you get any extras, like any months where there were like more than one person that matched?
Yeah, so some of them crossed over. So like there are some superheroes that have like a crossover appeal, because we have people that are born on the cusp, which is in the middle of two signs. So like some people have more than one trait of different superhero archetypes. So you have to count them in too, you know?
Oh, okay, cool. So that's exciting. So I like the fact I never get tired of listening to astrology. I swear I don't. And it's been like people in the group and you pulling cards and we're just talking about this stuff all day. And it's funny because a lot of the things are matching, like Terry approached me and a few other ladies where they pulled cards and they were like, you know what, I pulled some cards and I didn't even watch your show last night and they came out the same as it was, you know, for my cards this morning. So the Galactic chicks are like, oh my God, we can't wait to see it. So we're going to give a shout out to those ladies. And then we talking to the ladies and gentlemen of the CW, which is the Consciousness War. And we got, you know, REVAN Rising sitting in the room with us. He's off the mic, but I know he's going to tune in and out throughout the night. But tell us, what is an archetype? Because first off, a lot of people don't know what that means and they don't know how it relates to them.
Okay, so an archetype is pretty much a pre-made setup of how a being classifies and how they would use their powers and energy. It's basically like a template for you to go off of for your guides and how your energy would be dispersed. What kind of personality would you fit in the mold of a superhero? So there's different archetypes. Now there's more than 12 archetypes because there's more than like 12 personalities, but there's 12 main ones that go with the 12 stars, the 12 signs in the Zodiac. So I'm going to go over a brief review of them and go over why these superheroes are they're like our idols when we grew up. The cartoon characters are actually not too far from being you, because like we are all images of what we see and project. So this is going to be a great experiment here.
So did any of them shock you, or maybe like as you watch different, you know, cartoons or different series, when you saw what it said in astrology, did any of those answers not quite go with what you expected? Like,
Not really. I mean, they kind of all fit the mold. When I've seen certain superheroes, I'm like, that makes sense. Because like, and if you they some of the superheroes are tied in to these actual signs, so they actually design the signs or these heroes around these signs, and that's how they're
oh,
kind of tied into this. So like,
oh,
it's interesting. So I handpicked some, and I've been looking around, and then there's a bunch of numerous different ones. And then if anybody's in the chat that wants to ask a different sign and their birthday, we can.
oh, so we're gonna do a Q&A at the end where people can throw some out at you.
Yeah, we can do
Okay,
that.
super. I just kind of sit here and look cute, and then sometimes these guys they kind of boss me around sometimes. I'm just kidding. But I have fun because we hang out and it's lots of fun. So I
Man,
love
it's
it.
always
It
fun with
is,
you.
it is. It is. Anytime I get a chance to like hang out with you guys and talk to our friends online, I love what we've been doing because we go and we support everyone inside their chat. And we get side eye when it happens. I think we're what this, I don't know. It's funny. I always start to think when Elena was on earlier today that I wonder if we shut down the internet. Like, are we shaking the internet by like supporting each other and talking to each other in the chat? I was really
That's
kind of
basically we're supposed to be doing.
So we're gonna just get started and see who shows up tonight. But who's the first up? Who's the first?
The first sign of the Zodiac, and it really fits their sign because they believe they're really competitive sign. It's Aries, and the Wolverine archetype, the Wolverine character.
Ooh.
This and it fits this. Okay, Aries is real. They're real charismatic. They're real passionate, okay, and that fits Wolverine right there. They won't back down to a challenge, which Wolverine fits that. They are very bold warriors, and that's how the mindset of an Aries is. It's basically the lone wolf mindset, but it's like you're in my world, and like everybody else is just living in it. That kind of mindset. But they have unbridled energy, and Wolverine is just a power punch of energy. So that's like probably the archetype for that, or the character. It's the person that lives on like their life with their own terms, and their beliefs and ideals don't exactly fit what a normal comic book person or character would fit. They're like the wild card of the Zodiac because they really believe that. So Wolverine would be my first superhero slot on that, and they live their life on their own terms. So Wolverine's perfect for that move.
Okay.
And I think a couple other characters would go with that. Let's see.
So wait a minute. Because you did Wolverine, what female would he be most compatible with, or what other person, sign would he be most compatible with?
Wolverine. So there's a female Wolverine that was in the comic books. Where, it was like Weapon X. I think she was a Weapon X. She was like a Weapon X experiment, and like if you've seen like Logan, like they kind of showed this one of the experiments. I think she was in. I think it was in Logan. But yeah, but like he does see Aries. It doesn't necessarily have to. I mean, they don't have to have a compatible mate, but it is a balance. But in the mindset of that, it would be like Weapon X. I mean, or Rogue, or somebody who has an unstoppable presence, but has a tenacity and drive and an energy that's like unmatched. You know what I'm saying? And that I would say the best fit on the archetype would be the Aries as far as that, because they are like they are the first of the Zodiac. They're the drive, their passion and enthusiasm carries them to a lot of different adventures. And I think that's what Wolverine does. He ends up finding himself in the woods, and then he ends up finding a whole pack of different people, and then he's in the mix, and then he's the hero, and then he just dips off again. So he's like a free-spirited lone wolf vigilante, ready to come save the day. So that's like the perfect it's almost like synchronistic of the superhero for that mode.
You know what's cool about that is I am a Libra and he, is compatible with me. And
Exactly.
I always thought he was hot. All right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, you always
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, well, Libra, wait till you hear the Libra's hero. You'll be like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Okay. I know I'm about to check Hugh Jackman's birthday in real life to see, what's going on, like why he ain't called me yet. So
So
okay.
Let's go to the next one here.
Who's next?
Okay, so the next sign, the second sign of the zodiac, we have the Taurus energy, which is a really grounding energy, naturally enthusiastic. They're builders. A lot of them are good with their hands. They can actually materialize and manifest energies into the physical. So the one person I think that I thought of, and this is like a perfect thing, would be Gambit from X-Men. And the Gambit is very, very brash. He's like the only Cajun member of the X-Men who's basically infuses his energy, kinetic energy, and he can throw things kinetically with his own energy. So he's like master. He's like naturally grounded, and he was like really, really stubborn. He was like he wasn't a negative person, but he was really like he got into his feels a lot more because he had that earthy energy, and sometimes it came off as stubborn. But that would explain Taurus. They can actually manifest things. And in the material world, a lot of it's with their hands. They're really good with working with their hands, skilled at building stuff, and kinetically, that would make sense for the Gambit.
Oh, wow. So guess what? Okay, we got 7 in there watching us live. Neva's saying hi.
Neva, girl. What's
I
up?
wish I knew how to say that. And then Marvel Bliss, she's out there, and I don't know how to say this.
I see y'all. I see
Hikaranga. I don't know how to say it. So I'm sorry. Maybe you can put it in the chat phonetically for me so that I can say it right, or shout us out a nickname so we know, because I don't want you to feel missed. Mm-hmm. I don't want anyone to feel missed. So you said Gambit. Did Gambit have a love interest?
Yeah, so I remember him, if I remember correctly, Gambit was like flirting around with Rogue. Was it Rogue? He was always trying to get with Rogue or Jean Grey. It's pretty much like, but he's like really possessive with his girl. So like I remember him being possessive, like it was just like, this is if he puts his energy into something, because he's a kinetic thrower, he's gonna put his energy into his relationships. So like if you're like, they're very methodical, if you're very like mysterious and floaty, that's not like on Gambit's style. So like Gambit's really like, he knows that he has somebody loyal and they're straightforward, and that's what they like. They like to know that this is like a strong bond relationship. So I would say like,
so he's not into flighty chicks. He's like, I need you to get your behind home. I need you to know what you're doing. You can't just be wandering all over the place, girl. I can't get with all that, right? So it's haiku for sure. Yeah. And Nev says Gambit loves to flirt.
He does love to flirt.
Talk that talk, boy. Talk that talk. So Nev is giving you a huge shout out there.
He does. And that's why I flicked the Gambit, because he's like, he's got like a cockiness, but like a swagger, and his power is kinetic energy. So that's a grounding thing. He can literally charge anything and throw it at you.
Okay. So far, I'm already noticing like something about the X-Men. They're good, but they're not necessarily goody two-shoes type. Like they seem to have extreme character flaws. They're very human. Mm-hmm. Not like Superman, who's just perfect, right?
I mean, he's perfect until he sees that kryptonite. Okay. Then it's the world, but we'll get to him on the list too, because we'll get into
him later. Okay, so Taurus, we did Aries. Who's next?
So the next on our list, the third sign in the astrology calendar, the Gemini. And the Gemini is a very interesting sign because their personalities are often infectious. Like Geminis are master communicators, and they're able to like basically blend in or kind of reach pretty much every sign of the Zodiac on a communication basis. And I'm trying to think of who would be the best superhero archetype. And then I thought, dawned on me, I was like, man, it's got to be the Iron Man, Tony Stark.
Oh.
And this is why Tony, I picked Tony on this. Tony has like a bigger than larger than life personality, but then on his other personality, he's the Iron Man. So like he's got two personalities going, he's living. And the Iron Man is like more of his armored protection side. And then you got Tony Stark, who's like, you know, I'm a billionaire playboy and I love pepper pots. And it's a whole different lifestyle. So like, he's also like someone who doesn't hold his tongue and speaks his mind. And that's something that the Gemini is really good at. They're like master I can't even get the word out. Linguists. They are basically the communicators. So if he can be a billionaire playboy by day, Iron Man by night, that's a duality personality right there. And Iron Man fits that mold perfectly.
Wow. So, hey, Terry, Disco Tina's in the house. Nev is totally there. He said that the X-Men, they're pretty much outcasts. I was like, yeah, they're like,
They are. They're not rebels.
Good guys or something like that. I don't know. So, okay, I think we're caught up. And then there's Chloe's mom. She's out there. So, hey, Chloe's mom, giving you a shout out. You know what I wanted to ask you? Mm-hmm. Who has more money, Tony Stark or Batman?
So, okay, this is going to be the real question. You have to look at.
I never thought of it. You said billionaire.
Their money, you know what I mean? And in both universes, they're both billionaires. But I would have to honestly say, maybe I would lean towards Tony because he's got those defense contracts, so he's got money coming in still. Like Batman inherited his money from his parents. They don't really disclose how many billions Batman has, because I mean that man goes through so many automobiles and I think cars and planes. He just crashes them and gets a new one. So he might beat him, Tony, but you know Tony's getting those checks because the government buys his weapons, and his weapons are like
right. It's so funny because one of them has his own caves and he's got like underground tunnels. The other one has like a skyscraper. So that's one difference. And then I didn't realize too, like, so Batman can't fly. He can like swing on things, but he can't literally fly. Tony can just freaking fly.
Right. So
Tony, go anywhere he wants. Yeah.
And he's like, Tony's a kind of half AI in a sense. He's because he's like, he has that cell that's in his chest. Batman is, I'm going to kick your butt and I have $1 billion and a butler that like can really solve crime. So let's do this. So I don't know. That's a tough comparison because you have two all-stars in their respective universes in comics.
Tina said, hands down, Tony Stark has more money. Terry, tell me your sign in there. And so it was Aries and it was Taurus so far, right?
Yeah, so we're at Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. And right now we're on the next one, which is going to be interesting too.
Just like Tina said, guys, like and subscribe. We're on a mission. We're trying to do something great. We're trying to bust this YouTube thing wide open, guys. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the button. So who's next?
Okay, so the next archetype and sign is coming up is the Cancer. Okay, and the Cancer is the crab, which is the emotional sign, but the master manifestors. And they're also good communicators, but they're also really good at using their communication background as a more psychic, intuitive sense. And the hero I got for this, and they're also very, very selfless. A lot of them are. I would say it would be Captain America. And the reason I think for this is he has a strong faith and he's important, which is an important trait for Cancers. They have strong faith. And they're very powerful warriors, and they're also very creative and smart. Cancers are very creative. They have a lot of them can see, have psychic abilities to be able to see and manipulate things. I know because my brother was one. But to be a tactician, to be a creative tactician, that's what the Captain America was. And since he was like really tenderhearted, he loved to save people. He loved his country. He wore his heart on his sleeve. That's a Cancer right there. They wear their heart on his sleeve all the time. And Captain America wears his heart on his sleeve and his shield. I think his shield's on his sleeve.
Oh, wow. So it's Moniac. You can tell me the phonetic, but she says, I think it's she says, I'm a super Cancer. You're right. So wait a minute. Something about Cancer, it's like they're so loving to a fault. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It gets people in trouble too, because I was going to say, when it comes to patriotism, sometimes you think you're doing the right thing and you think you're on the right side, and you have a hard time facing it. Maybe you feel like you're doing the right thing, but maybe on the wrong side.
Right. And you don't have to worry about that with the Cancer when it comes to the family-oriented loving energy. They're doing it with all love. Like, they are the archetype, like, as far as the female archetype, they would be like the mom to everybody. You know what I mean? They're already selfless and putting the love out there to everybody in their circle. And they're very often overprotective. And like, that would be Captain America right there. Like, or, I was thinking Captain Marvel for female, but Captain America is like the perfect example.
Oh, Monique is how you said it, because I've seen the name before and I just didn't know how to say it. So Monique said you are spot on. So we didn't have a female yet. What's going on with you, man? I'm starting to wonder about your books.
Oh, it's coming. The female's coming next.
Okay. I'm surprised we didn't have a female Cancer. Like, I don't know what Jean Grey is or something. I don't know.
He wasn't really like the mom architect though. Like the motherly, I would say more or less like the next person that's coming in. I would put her as a cross between a Cancer and a Leo. And the next person with the Leo archetype on the next one is Wonder Woman. So I would say that's the first kind of
extremely protective mom.
Yeah. So a Leo is a naturally born leaders. They're based on their connection with the powerful lion. I think it's a lot.
I'm sorry, Pepper and Mel are just hit the board here. Hey, y'all.
What's up, Mel? What's up? So the Leo, the Leo is a person who will sit back and know that everything's respecting their position. It's like every position they're in, they're respected, and they have unbridled strength and confidence. And a few superheroes don't have the tenacity and position that Wonder Woman has. Wonder Woman is a character that knows her worth, and that's a very Leo trait. They're not vain. They're just confident that they know what they can do, and they won't back down. And Wonder Woman doesn't back down. In fact, I think she has that lasso of truth. So like that's a very like Leo thing. They're just going to give you the truth, and it'll just be straightforward. But that it's because of the passion and tenacity that they bring. And I think I can go with the Cancer too, because like she was the Mama Amazon to all of the Amazonians in the comics. So she would be one of those crossover archetypes.
Sandy Sue said Wonder Woman is her favorite. And you know what? I remember a long time ago, if you're old enough to remember this, woo-wee, but we still look good, y'all. We still look good. Underoos had those Wonder Woman underoos, and I wanted those things so bad. Do you even know what underoos are, Deb?
I would say that they're like underwear in a sense, but like
they are, and you just wanted those. And then Wonder Woman had those bracelets. You wanted to just take them bracelets and be like, psh. And yeah, we did want to do violent stuff. It's so funny because I just got kicked off YouTube Facebook the other day for saying something about the throat. I'm not going to repeat it because we're trying to do something here, but I'm like,
yeah,
we have so many sayings and so many things to say, and then wow, they just don't understand. They just keep spanking me, man. I'm like 67 days in the hole. I'm just like at the bottom of the feed, can't type, can't even hit the like button. I can't even hit the like button, y'all. I'm like about to just give up on the whole thing. But you know what? I freaking love being on Telegram. I love hanging out with my friends on YouTube. So 2 tears in the bucket. Let's go to the next one.
Any day, Erica. I would put myself in Telegram jail, Facebook prison.
Oh, wow. No day in court. It's no day in court. Just straight sentencing. Yeah. But really, if they had Underoos now, I'd probably still do it. But I guess we could just go to the party store and just get the outfit now. So, oh well. We need to have, you know what? We need to have a CW, GC. We need to have a pajama party or a costume party or something.
Yeah, costume party would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be it. We could dress like our favorite superheroes.
That'd be cool. That'd be something to see.
Okay, so she was a Leo, right?
Yeah, she's a Leo. It's a very larger than life character. That's the Leo persona. It's like they're considered to have large egos. So like, but like he's like very, very strong. And like you knew when you seen Wonder Woman, you were like, she's gonna mess you up. So you're like, I don't want to mess with that. Like she's gonna mess you up. Like, oh
yeah, and you got an invisible plane to match. Like, oh wow.
Right. So
let me ask you a question. Did you ever see that thing where she supposedly had an invisible plane, but she was in the bathroom when she was flying? It was some stupid cartoon. I was like,
I didn't even know she was using the bathroom. Like, where does you have time to fly the plane and go to the bathroom?
Autopilot, bro. You know they got autopilot, man. Technology. So who's next? Who's next after the Leo?
So the next hero and archetype and the stars after Leo is our awesome sign Virgo. Virgo is very, very, and the hero I have for this is it was a toss up. Well, it wasn't really a toss up. I really would have to say it was a kind of even kill, and it was, in my mind on it, it's Spider-Man. And the reason I said Spider-Man is because he beats himself up all the time for his failures and blames, but he's always there for his loved ones. And it makes sense because he's lost so many people in the comics. Like Spider-Man lost like everybody. And that's why he's like, he beats himself up so much because like he knew that he could have been there, but if he was there at that right time, he would have been able to save it. But it's not his fault. But the thing about Spider-Man that makes him a Virgo is he works harder than anyone I know in the comics. Like Spider-Man, like, don't stop. And he gets his critics. People are like, always hating on Spider-Man, but Spider-Man always went on top. Like, as far as I see it, he's the wild card that gets invited into all the other X-Men movies. And because he's like his own character. He's very analytical, he's very perceptive, and he has like that's like a really quality Virgo trait. They're very perceptive and high detailed about stuff. And that's the one that's basically Spider-Man's powers. It's like his powers are really enhanced, high detailed, all about perception, all about the analyzing the situations and then using what's around him to defeat his enemy. So like if you got to climb a wall, if he's got to like flip a boulder on top of somebody, or if he's got to grab somebody and hold him for a while, that's what he does. He does calculated moves to get a massive effort. And since he's lost so much, he's beat himself up. That's why he's not with Mary Jane all the time. It's like, why is he still looking for Mary Jane? He should have Mary Jane already.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Like he is the guy who in the public beats him up. They're like, Spider-Man saved me. And he messed it all up. Like he broke my window.
Daredevil, and that was also another wild card because Daredevil also beats himself up a lot. He's very perceptive and calculated, and Daredevil's blind, so like he has to use his senses and perception. So that's a good one too. He was up on there, but I like Spider-Man better because he's Spider-Man, man, is just, that man's calculated. He's a strategy. He's a strategist, which goes along with the next superhero sign, because this is going to be a hybrid. I mean, both of these can be signs.
So hold on a second. Nighthawk said Daredevil as well for Virgo.
Yes, that's what I was saying. Daredevil.
Okay, and so did Haiku Squad. They know their characters. You guys were looking this stuff up before we started. That's not fair.
We all comic book. We had the comic books back then, so like this is like very precise and calculated information.
Oh, Danny did Gemini, right? You did Gemini already?
I did Gemini. It was the Iron Man, just because.
Oh, Gemini was Iron Man, and that's Danny. And then Terry said hers was Aries, and that was
the Wolverine, which is like one of my favorites. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna come back and talk more about those at the end, though. If you guys are here for the Q&A, so I interrupted you.
You're good. You're good. You can always interrupt me.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go to the next one. This is a kind of got three different heroes I got for this archetype, and that's the Libra.
Good. Now we're getting spicy.
The Libra. For this next sign, and I actually have three kind of archetypes. You can probably fit in Spider-Man as a mix with this because you guys are very calculated. But the first one I thought about, and I don't know if I guess it's because of what he is. I would say it's Superwoman and Superman. Okay, because the first thing about Superman on this for Libras is that he's always balancing fair. Like that man is the fairest out of all the superheroes.
I thought it was Batman. It's Superman.
I'm gonna get to that too.
Oh,
He's a very wholesome superhero, and he was the one that like everybody wanted to be, you know. And he's like pretty much like, oh, I'm saved today. I'm Superman. Well, that's the fairest balance thing you can think of. And they're very smart and diplomatic, which is a Libra thing. And they always find out their way out of trouble, and they can talking and working his way through a situation. That's Superman. And this is the crossover with this. Batman as well, I would say, is also a Libra, because the Batman archetype, if you look at it, is like you guys are very calculated, very, very, you guys can talk your way through any situation, which is another trait that Libras have, but you're a very powerful figure. And I would think Superman and Batman are both respectively powerful in their universes. Yeah, so like you have to say that at least on that. The Batman archetype is definitely a Libra thing, but so is Superman. So like I think it was like a counterbalance thing, and that's a Libra thing as well. So like you could say whoever's the most diplomatic, smart, and finds their way out of trouble type situation, they can keep themselves on a level head, would be the best sign. And Superman, Batman for Libras, I think, would be the best.
You know what? When it comes to Libra, he has his space to go back, you know, where his crystals and stuff are. And it's like, okay, when I don't want to talk to anybody, I could just go back to my little lair thing.
And so, Superman's way is called the Cavern of Solitude. Solitude. So like that's a Libra thing. Cool. Go back to space and, you know, got your solitude and get your balance right, and then go back out and save the day again. Same with Superman. He had the Batcave.
You know what's funny? I said if I get married again, I want to have my own room, and I want my husband to have his own room. So it's like if I want to stay up all night and like work and do things, then I want to have my own room, and then I don't have to worry about waking up with nobody's elbow like in my forehead or nothing. Have fun together, and then go like, okay, all right, I'll be back. I'll go to my room. I'll see you later.
We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Awesome. That's awesome. Hit the like button, guys. Thank you, guys. You guys are amazing for being here. And I would say my third archetype.
Deadpool. What happened to Deadpool?
Deadpool. Oh, Deadpool. Okay, so I was thinking mulling over Deadpool over this because he can fit a bunch of different archetypes, because Deadpool is very, very outspoken and tenacious, and that doesn't really fit the type of the Libra. They're more calculated. But I would say, yes, Deadpool would be a wild card because he in a sense, his drive and tenacity and very smart. He can figure stuff out, and he can talk his way into trouble and through the situation. He's a talker. So I would say Deadpool, he's in there. He can also fit a couple other different archetypes, but he wasn't really like a superhero. He was like
they just slam dunking on you, bro. She's saying Hulk, Bruce Banner. She pulled up Deadpool. I don't know. She's showing out.
There's a lot of rage in him, and that fits another sign. So like, Hulk actually gets rage. He gets better when he gets mad and focused. So that he doesn't really fit the Libra.
That makes sense, because for other characters, anger and rage would be a flaw.
Right, but the Hulk actually gets better when he gets madder. So
yeah,
can't really fit on that. The Libra's are already too balanced for that, and they're too already on point for that. Like
let me ask you a question. When the Hulk is in the cartoons, does when he goes to Bruce Banner, does he say that thing, don't make me angry, you won't like me when I'm angry? Does he say that? Oh, he still says it? Okay, I just used to watch it when I was growing up. I used to freaking love that thing with Lou Ferrigno.
They made a spin-off called She-Hulk, where she's like a lawyer and you don't want to see her angry because she does everything pro bono.
Oh my God. Is she going to charge you now? She's going to raise the price or what? Crazy.
No, yeah, but like, I would say like the Hulk is definitely like the guy that like gets mad and like definitely smashes stuff and does it well and does it efficiently. And it's like the madder he gets, it's like the stronger he is. So it's like you don't want to piss him off when he's focused. And
Let me tell you something. All the women in the chat agree that we should all have our own rooms.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Fortress of solitude.
Everybody deserves to have an invisible plane with an invisible bathroom. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, your own bathroom. So who is next? Because we hit Libra, and that's a lot of mixes to the Libra.
There is. It's a hybrid crossover because there's a lot of different archetypes they based off of. So the next one I would say is this is Scorpio, and the one I can think about the Scorpio archetype, it was a toss up on it, and I thought about this one because I was like, man, it could be one, it could be the other. I would say Green Lantern would be the best one. And the reason why Green Lantern is he's a master manifester, okay? And the thing about him is that the Scorpio archetypes they're very brave, they're very focused. They similar traits to what Hal Jordan had, but like at the same time, they're very secretive and dominating.
Okay, yeah, there you go. I was going to say, get that part out. Secretive, dominating.
They can manifest things. They're like the intergalactic peacekeepers who take their oath seriously. So like that's what the Green Lantern is, and he's faithful to his oath, and his passions is what a Scorpio, the definition of Scorpios are. They're really passionate about that. Now you don't want to get them angry because I mean he's a master manipulator, so they can manifest and manipulate energies very quickly, especially on that. But he's so secretive. You never really knew what Green Lantern was doing. He just pop up out of nowhere, save the day, and then fly back into space. And you're like, well, where'd he go?
Is Catwoman on your list at all?
What's that again?
Catwoman on your list at all? I would have thought she was a Scorpio. Sexy broad.
Actually, Catwoman would be a Scorpio archetype too. Very secretive, and it's got that like good energy, weird vibe because she's a cat, but she's like seductive. So like her and Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy would be the ones on there too, I would think too. Because like
I remember when it was Eartha Kitt. I am pulling out numbers here, but man, I used to freaking love Eartha Kitt. Yes.
But like master manifestors, they can make things happen, and they're pretty dominating when they do. So like they're very secretive and rare. It's like, where did that come from? And it's like, oh, and then just gone like the wind. So that would be the mode for that. Let's see.
Oh, the other Danny. I get it.
The other Danny. That's awesome. The next time we have is Sagittarius.
Okay, so we said one. I gotta mark this down. Goku. So just in case, just put that on your brain. Somebody said, "Who is Goku?" But anyway, okay.
Goku's a feline too, or Saiyan. He's a monk Saiyan, right? Saiyan. Okay. All right. So the next one is I'm thinking about the Goku thing right now. I'm like, that's interesting. I would say then Sagittarius fits this next archetype kind of. And Sagittarius, and it's hard for me to find this one because there's a lot of different archetypes that can blend with the Sagittarius. Sagittarius they can be the superhero, the scientist at times. Like it can be both in the comics. And I put the Hawk here, okay? And the Hawk here is because they're passionate, they're seeking the truth for knowledge, and it describes what Bruce Banner was, because Bruce Banner, where he hawked up, and they're complex personalities. So like they can be the Hawk 1 minute, and then they can be Bruce Banner with the glasses sitting in the lab being like, okay, let's go get the gamma rays and check out the different light spectrums. That's the Hawk right there. And the Sagittarius is also someone who's highly enthusiastic and passionate. And if I couldn't think of a more passionate person than the Hawk, I mean, that man literally will get mad and throw a bus across the world just because he got so mad at the fact that the tires were flat and the bus couldn't move. Like, you know what I mean? That's what the Hawk is. He's almost like...
So he was really angry about people being mistreated and misjustice? Is that what...
Yeah.
I honestly, when I watched it, all I knew was like, don't make me angry. You just was waiting for him to hit the button. Like, yeah.
Out of the Zodiac. That's what the Sagittarius is. Like he's the hero, he's the wildest hero, the most brutal hero, and he was on so many different levels. You didn't know where he was at. Like when they had a red Hawk, they had a Hawk that was gray, and like that was the different levels of mad of when Hawk was. So like that's how complex Sagittarius I would think would be. Like they can be like, he can actually be Green Hawk and be like, shake your hand and be like, hey, and not be mad. But
funny. We going through all these superheroes. It's like, dang, no wonder we were so violent as kids. We'd be fighting so much. Like, what the heck?
Like, it takes a lot of strength and energy just to like get mad, walk up, and then like rip your pants and then shake somebody's hand, not throw them across.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how he still kept them pants, man. That's
they had to get in his pants, man. That man though,
the pants.
so when he knew he's gonna be Hulk, he took his shoes off because you will never find shoes that will fit the Hulk ever.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh. And, I've been on that Hulk ride at Universal too, and that was freaking fun.
Really?
That's like, I did that probably like 2-3 times, and that's like good for a lifetime for me. So I'm good. So when you guys come down here in October, I don't know, you're on your own. I've done enough. You know, I can take you over where the green car is, but that's it. Who's next? Who's next?
The next sign. Now, this is a hard toss up with this one. When I found it, when I looked at it, really, I was like, okay, this makes sense. And it has to be somebody who's hardworking, loyal, because that's what the Capricorn is, which is the next sign. Has to be ambitious. They have to be also overly serious, yet critical. And then I was like, well, Professor X. It came to me.
Oh.
Professor X would fit that mold. And I saw it on there. I was like, Professor X makes sense. Because he's literally like focused. This man like uses his mind and intuition, but like he's hypercritical on all the X-Men. And he doesn't like, he's all about trying to create power and peace and harmony while being in a wheelchair. You know what I mean? And he's trying to change outdated expectations of people who hate mutants. So he's fighting, already got like a fighter streak and a methodical thought form about him. It makes sense of who he is. He's also independent. He's like he created his own independent nation of mutants and like his own school. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a very passionate, overly serious person that can also, but affects and everybody looks up to because he's going to get it done. That's like Professor X right there. They also live in peace and harmony. A lot of them are very at peace with themselves, and they're also great diplomatic. They have the diplomatic immunity. Like that's a good thing to have. Like to be able to go everywhere and be respected like that. Have ambitious goals. Be that Professor X. So like that's the maintaining that Capricorn mindset. It's a very orderly trait. Concerning.
Are you saying that's a Capricorn?
Yeah, I would say that for sure. He's a leader of the X-Men, okay? He's very critical on a lot of things, and he's very serious, but he's all hardworking. You ain't never see Professor X never cross anybody because he's loyal, which is a Capricorn thing, and he's very ambitious to the point where he's telepathic and he uses his intuition to further his ambition because he already knows. Like he sees everything. He's like, I already know. And since his intuitive sense kicks in, it makes him even further ambitious. But he can also be critical because he's Professor X. He's like the mold, man.
I'm gonna put a pin in that one and be like, Jermaine, does Jermaine have any Capricorn in his chart?
That brain fart there. I think Mars, Jermaine. You got your Mars, Capricorn, Mars, or is it Mars or your Venus? This is Venus, right? I think if it's Venus, maybe so. Maybe so. Jermaine.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Incredible Hulk thing.
Because he lets us just run around the academy doing all kinds of stuff, and then you know.
He don't hold his tongue. He's passionate about it. He'll get mad. He'll Hulk up, and then like throw him out the airlock.
Oh, okay. Throw him out there. Don't say that.
Airlock by.
Who's next?
Okay, this is our one. So the Aquarius fits.
Not to throw people out the airlock, but
and Aquarius, it was a toss up between Professor X and the Doctor Strange, which I would assume Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is also on here, kind of impulsive, unpredictable. Like Doctor Strange can be in like 4 different universes at once, and he's just very, very crossover appeal. But he's very stubborn at times. But he can and when he gets agitated, but he can cut you off like quick and throw you into another dimension. But I also seen somebody in here say Rocket Raccoon from somebody told me Rocket Raccoon from the Aquarius fits in, and they were saying, oh, because they whiz and do creative things, and they have, which is a trait that Aquariuses have. They're whiz at being creators. They're ultimately dreamers into creation. So like a lot of billionaires are actually Aquariuses because they have a blueprint and they stay with that blueprint, and their blueprint knows how to win, man. However, the big trait from the Rocket series, I think, was he was a really good detective, or at least that's what I know. So like he can figure stuff out, and that's what makes the Aquarius so good. They're really sharp and analytical minds. I think one of my friends, he was like a word Nazi to me. So like he was really sharp, analytical, and lyrical. So I was like, damn. So like, oh.
Yeah, I have a friend that's a entertainer, very good with words. He can mix the music and make beats and
predictable. You don't know what's going to happen next. Like,
right. Like you make the music, make the beat, you make the video, you edit the video. I'm like,
background dancer. Then you hiring the new dancers. And I'm like, dang, you know this.
Yeah, it was like, wow.
Oh, man.
But like Doctor Strange, that Aquarius likes to, I guess it's almost like being what do you call it? Like a workaholic in a way, that just kind of, because you're so busy doing it all.
They're so busy doing it all, inventing, being detectives, and being analytical, and being in a dream state all at once. And they can cut you off while they're doing this.
And they can just disappear and be like, oh, oh. Like, and then come right back and be like, hey, and then just like the woman in the movie, she's getting married and she's like, boop, stop sign, it's too late, bro. Back up.
Damn. They're quick to do that. And be cool with it, and then come up with a better idea, a better solution.
Yeah. So we got two more.
One more, actually.
One more.
The last sign of Zodiac. The 12. Actually, there's 13 signs in the Galactic Zodiac, and I'll go over the 13th one in a second. But and we're old school because the 13th one we already kind of passed. But
long as it doesn't affect mine, and I get to be mine. But I'm gonna tell y'all this, like. Okay, I'm a certain age, and all my life I thought I was a Scorpio until like 2020 when I did my birth chart. So over 40 years thinking that I was a Scorpio until someone did my birth chart and I found out I was a Libra. And I was like, man, I'm so glad I don't have a tattoo. Shoot. Oh. Can you imagine like throwing out all your Scorpio jewelry, all your...
Man, it's such a bummer. You get like a tattoo, you got like your science hat, you got all your Zodiac, all your life you're thinking this, and then they come out with the Galactic astrology and you're like, nope, you are a Ophiuchus. I'm like, what?
That would stink. So who's the next one?
The next one is the Pisces. And the Pisces.
How can we forget?
Yeah, man, the Pisces is a sign that's connected to the fish. They're very flowy with their energy. They're very intuitive. They share the characteristics of a hero. I would say it's kind of fits the mold. I would say Aquaman, man. Aquaman, the protector of the seas, the person who works hard, lives his environment, and can fulfill their dreams in their environment. Aquaman's very empathetic to the world around them, which is how Pisces is. They have feels, emotions, and they're very selfless. And I think that's like the one thing I know Aquaman, he loves his fish around him. He's sworn and protected to be around them. And when he's sworn and protect, he's going to die for them. And that's what a Pisces is. Now they can be moody and they're very much escapist, which is what the Aquaman does. It describes him because he's a need for him to call to action to readjust. He always had to leave, dipped out somewhere, and then he came back and he's super powerful again in his environment. And like that, they're very, they can be escape artists when it gets too much, only because the emotion that they attract. It's like the vibration. Some of them build up and can feel other energies. They don't know what they're feeling, and it's like, I gotta get out of here. It's too much. So that was the one thing I seen about on Aquaman. I mean, he controlled his environment. When you were around Aquaman, when you were in the ocean, you knew you were getting messed up. If you were around Aquaman.
Wow.
You know what I mean? But
that's interesting. Yeah.
Aquaman could be out the ocean and he wasn't himself because he didn't have the water, you know what I'm saying? But when he's in that water, you getting fucked up. I'm sorry for that word, but that's
Wow.
like, and that's what it was. Like, and that's the best analogy I could pretty much think so. Like the Wonder Twins too, but the Wonder Twins was like, yeah, the Wonder Twins could be in there. The Wonder Twins get a good one.
Oh, that's neat. I used to love that. Wonder Twin power activate. Four power. I used to just say that. I didn't have no twin. I didn't have nobody to even bump fists with, but I just bump fists with myself, you know?
Captain Planet was awesome too. Like, it was like 5 of them, and they all had different elements of the earth, and then they combined their elements, and it was Captain Planet.
Remember so Storm, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there was Storm. Whatever happened to Storm?
So Storm, I would say she was a master. Storm would be a great Pisces, to master of her environment. I don't think she had any flaws because her environment could be anywhere on Earth. So she was like a powerful energy in herself. She could fit a couple archetypes here. I mean, she could fit the Pisces archetype, but she could also fit the Leo. She could fit the Libra. She could fit the Sagittarius. She was a powerful archetype, the Storm. And I mean, there's not too many people that have the elements of bringing the elements of nature all together and harnessing the energy of the planet. I mean, you couldn't defeat a tornado when it's manifested in front of you, you know? So she could fit like multiple different archetypes. It was a power streak. And I don't think even humanity, we even haven't got to fitting our first archetype. So she's already past humanity, being able to utilize the earth and harness energy. We haven't even got to that part yet. Think about it that way.
That was a cool way to look at it. I mean, but it's funny how you said she had no weakness, because I mean, she has a certain amount of stamina.
Yeah, she had weakness.
After she reaches that point, I mean, Storm is like in bed for like 6 months, you know, like.
She had gray hair when she was like in her 20s. She had gray hair already. So.
You know what I always wondered? Why would you get a tiny person like Halle Berry to be Storm instead of someone tall like a supermodel like Iman or something? I always thought that was weird, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, just we know Storm was, Halle Berry could play a good Storm. Iman or a supermodel, we just don't know if they could play that part, only because we just don't know. Well, this is we don't know with these supermodels these days. I don't know, but I know that we know that Halle Berry played in movies, so she can fit that mold.
Okay. I don't know if you know something about her, but like in almost every movie, she gets injured in real life.
Interesting.
Yeah, like she'd break her arm, break her leg, like something would always happen to her.
Interesting. That's an energetic tie there. That's some kind of energetic tie. And it feels like if that's the case and she's hurting herself in every movie, it's not a coincidence in my mind, because it's like how you get, you're at least, unless you're doing something or you're attached to something, there's no coincidence you're getting hurt in every movie.
Yeah, that's a whole nother show that we could talk about. That's a whole nother. She's like deaf in one ear. She got a lot going on. So anyway, it was just, I used to just think like, she's so tiny. Why would she be Storm?
Oh, shoot.
I remember when that frog guy like grabbed her by her throat and like,
She in like Billy Bob Thornton or something in one movie. Why she in Monsters Ball? Like, what was that? I got an Oscar though, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like you did.
I got that weird look on my face, y'all, because I'm like, yeah, because that's like that's a big box for me that I could unpack. So
that's a whole other talking to self.
So we kind of went through all of them.
So I'll go over the Ophiuchus, which is the 13th
Wonder Twins was always changing into weird stuff. They were, because they could turn into like a puddle of water and make you slip and fall.
Really? Yeah, and then so like a person that can blend in like a chameleon, like a Monique, something like that would have to be like Sagittarius could do that, like a Sang Shun or like somebody, a shapeshifter. But like it would be somebody who has who's deep and complex. So like the Gemini, maybe like the Monique, the or Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler would be a good one, because Nightcrawler was like he was weird one way, but he teleported himself everywhere. But I would think he'd be like more or less of a Nightcrawler would be more or less like a Pisces thing, maybe a Pisces Aries cusp on the rim, on the fringe of being like that, because he's like he can just teleport himself anywhere, and You just look different.
What about Mystique? Because that was my favorite. I'm swearing I used to want to be in that bodysuit, like that blue bodysuit, and just be like,
yeah, just blue bodysuit, and then she
yeah,
can just,
man.
whatever.
Like, I know you're looking at my butt. I know it. I know you're looking at me.
I mean, if your butt was blue, everybody's gonna look at it. Nobody's ever seen it blue. Unless
if your butt was Mystique's butt, everybody'd be looking at it anyway. Because I mean, she's in a bodysuit, like it's you know.
Your whole like she never had to wear clothes because she can just turn into somebody that wears clothes.
Whoa,
Think about that. Like, oh, you think I'm naked? Nope, I'm wearing a two-piece. And
you're like, crazy. But what would she be? What character? I mean, what Zodiac would Mystique be?
Archetype. So Mystique, since she can change her personality and Gemini for sure. Because like, you know, Monique had so many different personalities that like you get lost. You wouldn't know if he was really Monique in there, because like that's pretty much the whole thing. She has to change and look and talk like the person that she's emulating. And I would think the master of communicators, the Gemini, would be. But their temperament, I would say more of it could be a toss-up between Gemini and Sagittarius, because Sagittarius are very complex personalities and deep. So like it could be like another layer of an onion, which is like how she morphs. So I can see that being that on a multiple level personality thing. But Gemini for sure. And maybe Libra, but Libra has the scales. It's constantly balancing. So I think Libra's more like a straightforward character type, like the Superman or like you knew what was up when the Libra came through. You knew like Superman, they're gonna mess everybody up. So like, and it's for justice. You know what I mean? Monique wasn't for justice. She was kind of like a good, and then went bad, and she's like a rebel, bad girl. So I'm gonna say like Gemini and maybe Sagittarius. She's like the bad girl of the group. You know.
So do you match yours? Oh, let me go back because REVAN. Oh, homegirl said I look as good as Storm, girl. Let me get some lipo back. No, I'm slaying. I think Jermaine said he had a Capricorn in his Venus.
Oh, you had a Capricorn in your Venus. Ooh,
so what was up with the Goku guy? I didn't know that was an animal. I thought that was like a little guy with dark hair.
Goku is hard to put down because he was loyal. I think Goku would be like a Leo. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he just had like, or maybe an Aries too. Goku could be an Aries. He's definitely a fire sign because that man would like, you know, power up his emotions, his power, his energy was usually off of him powering up and then transcending another level of power. So he's always beating himself, but he's not critical on himself. So I would say Leo, maybe Aries, definitely a fire sign. Definitely a fire sign. And he's always like hungry. He's always going finding Chi-Chi. And he's like, hey, Chi-Chi, after he just messed somebody up then he goes and eats a meal and he passes out. So maybe maybe either Aries or Leo with that one.
That sounds like Naruto too, because he always just wants some ramen.
Yeah, Naruto too.
Yeah. Yes. What's up, Soldier Voice? We didn't say hi to you. And JB, we didn't say hi to you. My sister Kiki out there. There goes my sister Kiki, girl. How you doing?
What's up,
Shafiqua? She caught up with us. All right. That was really cool. And Nighthawk, cool. Cool. You guys got questions in there? Let us know. Because okay, so what about, let us know for these questions, because he's pretty much done with Zodiac. But now I'm kind of wondering about Magneto. Like, what would you say about Magneto?
Magnetic personality? Oh, man. Magneto would have to be.
For all that magnetism, he wasn't really a ladies' man, though.
No, he wasn't. And he was a heel. So, like, he was the enemy. So he was manifesting it for himself. I would say Magneto can be like, he's like the archetype that fits with either more or less a Capricorn with that. Like he's like friends with him. He could be a Virgo. He could be over-revering on himself because he's more of an earth sign. Maybe a Taurus because he's always stubborn. I mean, Magneto didn't really win all the time. And like, but him and Professor X were best buds, even though they had two different ideologies. So on things. They both kind of like came from the same.
Oh my goodness, that's very interesting too. Like,
very grounded. You know what I mean? Like
that's what the problem is. His feelings were so hurt about being rejected by humanity.
And he's also using Earth, an Earth sign, like magnetism, as his power. So he's definitely an Earth sign. I would say he's more of a Taurus, maybe, or another Capricorn for Magneto, because he's using magnetism. He's pushing kinetic energy like Gambit, and he's like very, very methodical. And I mean, he's not necessarily grounded because he's a magnet, but like, he's like, he thinks like that. So,
hey, Danny, Danny's here.
Hi, Danny. Mm-hmm. For sure.
So, because Danny's here, let's give another shout out to the conference, October 21st to the 23rd in October. Looking forward to that. Lots of people there, like Laura Eisenhower, Elena Denon, Tony Rodriguez, just to name a few. I saw one guy on there. He was going to talk about Bigfoot.
Oh, dang. I can't wait. I can't wait.
If you could say Bigfoot had a Zodiac, what would it be? What would be Zodiac of Bigfoot? What's the characteristics of Bigfoot? All I know is that he likes berries and he likes to hide between dimensions. And
you never get a picture of him because the man stays in fourth density like it's his business. So like he's always fuzzy pictures. I don't know. Bigfoot's a multi-dimensional ape. Okay, so like you can never really home in on him. He's like, telekinesis, he's big, he's mysterious, passionate. Let's just go with Scorpio, you know what I mean? Because he can roll in, he's like, boom, it's like, whoa, everybody's looking for him, and then they don't know where he's at, and he's always fuzzy. That
makes sense, because he's a Scorpio, you have to go chase him down.
Chase him down, and it's like, where did he go? And like, they just disappear. They're gone. But like, you remember that moment when you saw the fuzzy Bigfoot, because you tried to get your phone out and take the picture, and it came out fuzzy, and you're like, how did it come out fuzzy all the time? Well,
oh wow! Haiku said she's a Taurus rising with a Capricorn moon and a Virgo sun. Right. I'm the whole damn planet.
You're a triple Earth, so you're a master manifester. Triple of whatever your sign is usually means that you have qualities of all of it, but you can manifest it in your realm, like you're a master of the senses. You're a master with your hands. You're a master with your eyes, your nose, the geography. What do you say his moon was?
Oh my goodness! My sister said, "What is Piccolo?" She's gonna Piccolo. She's getting deep.
Y'all getting deep with this one. See, I think I'm already thinking on a deep level here, so I can give you an answer pretty quick. I think Piccolo would be damn. So he's green. He gets mad. He's like loyal. Dang. He doesn't back down. I remember Piccolo got killed like a couple times. And then one time he got killed and didn't want to come back. And he just sat around, practiced for like thousands of years. That's a good one. I would say he'd be an earth sign, but he'd be like a cusp or something. Like he has this drive, but then he has this time where he's just like, I'm not messing with them.
Danny, you're not lying, because I see you online. I see how you roll. I like that comment you left, and I said it yesterday. He's like, take this down. She called the lady a buffoon. I was like, holy cow, that was hilarious. Danny said she's a double Aquarius.
Double Aquarius. You're a double Aquarius too, I think.
No. Me?
Yeah, I think so. I think you're rising.
You said it was a triple something, a triple air.
You are a triple air sign because you have a Libra star sign, Aquarius moon, Aquarius rising. But that's a really good. Like you guys are set for great. You're great for hosting a show, keeping the creative spark. But on rebellions and like on the revolution that won't be televised, you guys are the ones in charge of that. Like,
oh man, you're giving me a blast from the past. The revolution will not be televised. But it might be this time. Who knows? JB says he's Aries sun, Pisces moon, and Gemini's rising. Woo!
That's a nice little mix there. Interesting. Aries sun, Pisces moon. So you already have this tenacity, move and drive. Then you have this intuitive feeling streak. You can basically feel. You basically have a lot of feels. You got a lot of emotions, and then you said your rising was What was this?
Rising Gemini.
Ooh. Okay. So you sometimes don't know what you want. You got indecisive, but you can relate to a lot of people, and then you have this social streak that can relate to. But then you don't like to be around and soak up everybody's energy either. But then you don't like to be told what to do because you already got your mind made with this Aries sun, which keeps you kind of on your own pace. That's a unique. Everybody's unique though, so that's a unique blend there. I think
like Haiku said, I'm a man. I'm a man, damn it. No.
What's up, buddy?
And then Haiku said Piccolo used to be evil due to his father, King Piccolo.
Oh yes,
possessing him. So he was possessed.
But he bought out possession. The man got blown up. I think his arm cut off. He done died. Then he went and trained Gohan for like 10 years, made Gohan into who he was. So like it's very hard because he's a very dynamic personality. He got multiple levels too. And he's doing too much, but he's not doing too much. So I would say I say Sagittarius, Capricorn, maybe too on Piccolo too, because.
And Revan says Sagittarius Sun, Pisces Moon, Cancer Rising.
Oh, that's you, Jermaine. It's tenfold. So you're with the Sagittarius Sun, you already are very, very open to exploring, getting to deep conversations, philosophical conversations. You're all about the bigger picture, not the fine details, because you already know the fine details. But the Pisces Moon, it makes you like really passionate to the point where you're just like, yo, screw these guys. We're putting them all in the airlock, and I'm gonna make sure personally they're gonna get put out into the air. Like that's the Pisces mood. Like their drive, their tenacity, and like their creative. And then your Cancer rising gives you another thing, a selfless thing. You're not selfless. You have a love capability with everyone, and you like to love, and you're passionate about it because you have 2 water signs. And you're in the middle of your transit here with a fire sign. So it's a different awkward blend, but you are like a born leader with this passionate streak. So you can quickly turn into the Hawk, cuss somebody out, and then lead the army into battle and figure out the strategy while you're still hawked out. Let's just say it like that.
I'm laughing my butt off because JB says I'm a woman, and so I got everybody backwards. Like who's the man? JB's a woman. Okay, we got y'all. Are you gonna do it? You about to shuffle? Because I see you got the cards out. What's about to happen?
I'm always ready to shuffle, man.
Oh God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
A little 3-card reading real fast, just so somebody needs to hear it, and I don't know who, because the question doesn't get asked on these 3-card readings. I just read.
Well, while you're shuffling, oh yeah, you can just. My good questions are: what do we need to hear? What's a message we need to hear? What's something that's slowing us down, and what's something we can improve?
Interesting. Okay. So basically,
you can remember that. You can remember that because I might forget.
Yeah. What can we? What do we
need to hear?
What do we need to hear and see to be better people in our?
What's slowing us down, and what's something we can improve?
Okay.
So while you're doing that, I'm gonna let you guys know that tomorrow we're gonna do contact. And so we've been collecting evidence, people who have been looking into the stars, and they've been, tracking strange happenings. And we're gonna talk about that tomorrow. And on Friday, I'm freaking hyped because we're gonna have Beth Noyes, and she's gonna talk about her experience as an actual abductee. And then we're setting a date because Robert to do part 3 of contact, and so we're just trying to set the date. And he has great footage that he shared with us, things that we're going to talk about, and his own experiences. I'm really excited about that. And then in the future, in September, Robert Earl's going to be going over my story, which I'm not even going to leak it. I'm not going to tell you, but it's a pretty interesting story. Some pretty strange things happen. And
check that one out.
We got some really good readings. It's so funny because I noticed that lately Archer hasn't been coming to any of the lives. And you've not seen my feline. Yeah. And my feline even has a message. So he's got something to say. It's gonna be pretty freaking cool.
What your pets would say to you, man. Like that's like if your pets could talk, what would they say to you?
He said a lot. My cat was talking like, I am raw. He sounded like he told the reader, he was like, hey, just you can relax. You don't have to be horrible. I was like, wow, my cat's freaking cool. So I can't wait to share that reading. And those ladies in Galactic Chicks, they know what's up. We have a animal reader in the house, and she's amazing and thorough.
That's amazing, man.
My sister's in the chat, and she's waiting for her reading too. Because Candace, we about to see if Candace talks junk and see if my sister's doing her right. You know, like you want to see if your cat talks trash about you. Like,
yeah, I want a 6th density cat now. You know, like that's really amazing.
I know.
Like I am the Sphinx, my friend.
Peace and love. So much more than you know. Pretty cool.
All right, so I think we're almost ready for this one here.
Okay.
Ooh, this is gonna be like somebody's gonna need to hear this one because like you know when the cards get like nice and warm, toasty, they're like it's ready. But then you can shuffle it again and it'll still be ready.
Marvel said, "Let me see the shuffle. I need to see the shuffle." And y'all know why we said that. I said, let's do 52 pickup and be like, and just throw the cards on.
That was rough, man. That was a rough pickup.
You want a shuffle? I'll show you a shuffle.
Okay.
You gotta laugh at, if you can't laugh at yourself, man, life is rough.
Yeah, you gotta let it go.
You gotta let stuff go, man. Just let stuff slide sometimes. Because every little thing is not worth arguing about. I bet that's in the cards. I bet it's in the cards. A lot of people have been feeling a lot of connectivity lately too, because they'll do a shuffle and someone else will do a shuffle. And it's like, wait a minute, my card said this, my card said that. And a lot of us are talking about the same thing. Like, why is our connectivity intensifying? Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll talk about that soon. Why is the connection intensifying? Why are thoughts and dreams connecting and things like that?
That's a whole other conversation, but I can shorten it up. It's because of the frequencies. It's all synchronistic, so it's all connected.
Right. Celestial soul, you need to do it. I'm telling you, it's life-changing, like having the answers. Like now I'm talking to my cat like, okay, so we went to the vet and the doctor said that he needed to lose 1 pound. And then I noticed ever since he went to the vet, he started just nibbling off the food and just leaving it. And I was like, what are you doing? You're really trying to lose weight now? I'm like literally talking to the cat, like, are you really trying to lose weight?
Living in 6D. I'm trying to be like him now. Shoot. It's Garfield's got to be like a 6D cat. That's what, you know, because he was sleeping all day, but, you know, Garfield was like on another level.
Cats meditate, dude.
They do meditate. They don't sleep.
And they like frequency music, yeah.
They don't sleep at all. I think my cat runs around all the time. When I had a cat, he's energetic. And I was like, I thought he was sleeping, but they just take cat naps. And I think that's where the cat nap comes from.
Hey. So what you got for us?
All right. So the card's warmed up. We're ready to go. All right. My first card, interesting card here, is the moon card. Okay. And
the Reddit only. Man, Full Sail graduate, music manager. If anybody's really interested in music and having a music technician and really getting something done, even if you want to create like frequency tunes and stuff like that, Loretta's Only is amazing. He does amazing work. I'm telling you, these guys, they make their own music videos and everything. I have some really talented friends, but thank you so much for showing up, man.
Good energy attracts good energy, man. Good people attract good people. So if your friends are talented, they're all talented.
Yeah.
Okay, so my card first, I have whoever needs to hear this, is the moon card. And this card here is, this card often is a sign that you are or should be releasing your sense of control over your emotion or your primordial inner world. You have a potential to access the deep spiritual knowing at this time. But it's journeying to your underworld of the individual and the collective mind, the unconscious stuff that's really stirring up in your world. So you have to have control over that. And feeling the cutoff from your inner truth is another thing with this card. It can also mean the connecting to the truth and doing that what something few people can't do, looking at in their dreams and their intuitions, the synchronistic patterns. This energy rubs off on the person that's hearing this. So you can see the patterns hitting you all the time. You're connecting to everything. You're exploring your unconscious mind and your energy, and you can release it. You need to release it in a healthy way. Okay, that's when the answers will come to you. If you release your energy in a negative, not healthy way, you're going to be confused and not get your answers. So releasing it in a healthy way, like how the full moon is, you'll get all the answers that are going to come to you, and they'll be synchronistic. So this is a good balance for whoever needs to do it.
I think my little statement went along with that too.
Good.
Letting things go. Letting things go, and not letting every little thing upset you so much. Yeah, and evaluating yourself and not taking things so seriously that you can't, laugh at yourself. Right. Too, what I was just thinking about the other day. We talk about this all the time with our friendships with like Jermaine and Marvel and Celestial, that like Jermaine will be like, hurry up, like you better get this done. And it's not that he's saying hurry up. He'll be like, you get this done? And he'd be like, so matter of fact. And I'm like, just back up on me. Yeah, like, I'm doing it as fast as I can. And like, I'm like, okay, so we're able to be like snippy or say stuff, but not take it personal. It's just like, man, when you have friendships and you have family where it's like, you don't have to be offended all the time, because I know you're coming at me with love and I'm coming at you with love. And we really do see each other having the best interests and stuff like that. But he is single, ladies, trust me. And Jermaine is like my brother, honestly. So I'm not one of the people that have a crush on Jermaine. So it's all good. You're safe with me. Okay. Dab is also single. Dab is also very single. So, hey.
I'm the ultimate single guy. But see, I'm not necessarily, I believe it'll just come to me, I'm not out there after.
Yeah.
It's not a Sagittarius thing to do. We don't actively look. Well, we do when we don't know, but now it's like, okay, just let it come to you. When you're ready to do it, you're ready to meet that person.
I'm throwing everybody under the bus tonight. So anyway.
Yeah, speed bumps and everything, y'all. Okay, so anyway, so the next card I got is an interesting card, okay? It's the Four of Swords, but it's in reverse. Okay, so it's like the swords are coming up, they're laying down. It's the Four of Swords. It's kind of looks like a dangerous card, but since it's in reverse, I'm gonna hit it with you. So many of us are beyond exhausted, but it's those who feel like they have no choice but to keep fighting forward that are a risk of losing their convictions and their beliefs at the point of all of it, but are kind in faith and exactly what you need to muster the dear potential to pass these negative consequences of letting yourself rest. Don't let yourself get sick of your sense of joy and purpose. It's not worth it, but it's also never too late to address the issue. And I would say, like, in the self-care thing for this tip, next time you get an opportunity, go to bed early, or you can sleep in late, restore some of that balance of your energy, so that way you can power up and move the scales. Don't look at your phone. Don't get distracted. Just lie there, relax. Let the first things that come to you resonate, and use that time to think about how you can carve out more pockets of energy and time to utilize in your day, your everyday life for you. So that's just the message of the self-care to that. But
I'm gonna tell you what I heard in there too. Never grow weary of doing good.
Like that.
That's what I heard in there. That's one of my favorite sayings.
Right. Because doing good, you're gonna get the outcome you receive. It might not be the time when you want it, but you know that you're not gonna have any baggages that are gonna put you in a negative light. Because you're always doing good, you're gonna seek and find people that are also doing the same. So shall it be.
Right. A lot of times I think too, like sometimes we do things. I might do something directly for you. I might not necessarily receive something back from you, but the universal law, the law of reciprocity, the law of give and take, even the law of cause and effect,
The law of cause and effects, the law of
it is coming for you. It's coming for you. And it's very coming. Oh, Marvel Bliss also said that she is very much single as well.
Ooh, dang. So we got a bunch of...
I don't know. Danny, we got to ask Danny, is there a dating section to this conference? Like what? Like, we need to do something about this.
Majorenergy.com.
Hey.
Okay. That's awesome. This is awesome. There's a bunch of powerful people in there. That conference is going to be a powerful conference. You got a lot of strong, powerful people there, man. So it's going to be amazing. Okay.
I'm waiting to see somebody in a wig and sunglasses. Honestly, I don't know.
Like, who is that over there? Who's that? You're looking around. Okay.
You have to get a hidden camera and just follow Jermaine to see what happens to him. I don't know.
You know what? People like to just see Jermaine as Michael Jackson, and that got 1,500 views.
I love those videos that Tina makes. Tina makes those amazing videos.
Like you are the meme general in my book, because you be coming out videos quick. I'd be worried when she's quiet. I'm like, what video are you making in there, Tina?
Haiku up in here single. We're gonna have to do a love connection card reading or something, because Haiku is single also. Okay.
Interesting. Be some matchmaker in here playing Cupid. That's what's up. Okay, we can do that.
Conversations with a Libra. What's your last card there, bro?
My last card is the special King of Wands. Okay.
Ooh, didn't you just pull this card earlier today?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did get. I think so.
Was it something for Marvel? I thought it was King of.
Okay. Oh, Marvel. Oh, you talking about? So the King of Wands would be like.
It was for Jermaine. But what was
it? This is definitely Jermaine right here. Okay.
Oh. Okay, that even looks like him up there. Look at that.
Well, he's just chilling there. He's chilling
Jermaine on the porch.
Jermaine's in the ship right now, in the hologram room. This is him.
But it's for everybody, y'all. It's for everybody, that card.
So if you're a fire sign energy or not, you have this trait, this could be you. You don't have to necessarily be a fire sign. So the King of the Wands is a person or fiery energy involved in decision making, and who exerts authority. You're a born leader, inspiring others, and are capable of exercising immense willpower. Whatever opportunities you are presented to you, how to seize the moment and the opportunity, and you can help others seize their moment. And people are very, very loyal to you and always have your back, because you're like the alpha leader. They know that when you get stuff done, they're gonna, there's no double crossing it. You're on that powerful streak, and that's a really good, powerful energy, man.
Hold on a second. The first question was, what do you need to hear? What do you need to change? And the last one was, what do you need to improve?
Yeah, so I would say what you need to
step up your game, step your game up.
Yeah, it's leading with default and zeal is pointless if you haven't mastered your own mind. Okay, so you have to meditate. And it's that simple. That's really all you have to do. Take an hour out of your time to put aside your lofty pursuits and practice conscious awareness with yourself in the present moment. Don't do it in a later moment. Do it now, because you'll feel better. You'll see the plan take action. You'll see the plan go into things, and your thoughts are your wind, or is the wind rippling in your mind, because your thoughts are very powerful. And just to refocus, reground yourself, bringing you back to the state of stillness, and think about how you can apply your level of focus to what's in front of you, because your level of focus is powerful enough that you'll motivate everybody around you to help manifest what you want and manifest the reality it needs to happen.
Well, this is why that is even more powerful, because it's not just your mind. And it's kind of like what Terry was saying earlier today, Danny was saying earlier today, like you're noticing that the synchronicity of people saying the same thing, seeing the same thing, dreaming the same thing. So there's power in numbers. And I know you've heard that before, that where two or more are gathered. So now it's also still even the same thing about even being star seeds, that where two or more are gathered, if you share your idea and you couple, with your friends and partners, then you will be successful and you have more chance of success because it's not just you. That's a lot of what this card is talking about is
for everybody else. You got
teamwork makes the dream work.
Right. You got a whole team, and when you wake the rest of the team up and you're responsible for waking the team up, then it's like, man, it's a whole responsibility because once everybody's connected, there's no stopping that.
Wow. And then master your mind. So actually take hold of your thoughts, especially when it comes to things like fear and doubt. Do what you have to do. If you got to write it down on a paper and throw it in the garbage or set it on fire, do whatever it takes to get the wrecking ball out of your mind. That's what we call those negative thoughts. If you ever watch my dream vision board video, and I talk about the wrecking ball or the Noid, avoid the Noid, because sometimes when we wait too long to start a project and then the little wrecking ball gets moving around there saying, you can't do that. It starts getting you to doubt yourself, and you got to get rid of the Noid. So there's just
ball, you're already going to destroy anything you put your mind on. You just got to know you're going to do it and accomplish it, right?
Right. Pumped up. So anything else anybody had to say? Oh, hey, everybody. Man, we were talking about you. Man, Robert's chicken can play the Powerpuff Girls video game. I told my mom about that. I'm like, dude, I'm trying to see this chicken, man.
His chicken is living in 6D already, man. Like
why can chickens play the piano? Why can chickens do stuff like this? I think it's amazing.
I know that's a wonder, man. That's amazing. That's amazing. If your chicken's playing video games and probably beating people.
He said, hey, Dabs.
What's up?
Watching. You know what would be cool if we just need the whole pet reading and see if our pets want to communicate with each other. Like, what if your pets all get together to gossip about you behind your back or something? That's crazy. Are you guys in the astral realm talking about us?
The cats is like,
60 chicken.
Dude, if your chicken's playing video games, he's definitely in the astral realm with the cat.
I know.
They're all hanging out. They're like laughing, like, oh, they think we're gonna eat each other, but really we're beating each other in Pong. We're beating each other in Pong, trying to figure out how we're gonna get pet and treated right next. They're secretly like running the world, like that one movie. They had.
Thank you, Dab, for your reading. Well, Dab's link is in there. Give him a shout out. Give him a blessing. Give him a cash app.
I do readings. Hit me on my email.
He does charts as well. He does amazing work, and I never get tired of it. And then the thing about working with Dab is he's so energetic and positive.
Oh, dude, all the time. I'm a spiritual battery.
He's like a Saint Bernard or something.
I think it is the same. Wait, okay. I see the Saint Bernard reference now because they had
they save people. Don't they have a little thing?
They had the hot cocoa. Is the hot cocoa on it?
Is that cocoa or is that a thing of liquor? I thought that was liquor. I don't
know because they're usually in the snow. You know what I mean? Like you can.
See, but I can't necessarily keep cocoa warm, but some liquor. It doesn't matter whether it's cold or hot. It's going to light you up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that thing is full of liquor. I don't think that's cocoa up in there.
Shoot, you're going to need some liquor.
You got to make sure to keep showing support to everyone's show and have fun with each other and just help each other, promote each other and get our dreams going on because we got to storm these waves and educate people and get people into the consciousness war so that we can, we gotta stay on the right side of the light. You know what I'm saying? So there, you got people.
Right. We've been here for so long. It's time to take over, and do what's right for us. So
let's break this ceiling of the matrix and just fly on through.
Bring our cats too.
Like you are Neo. We got to just, bust through and make our dreams come true because we can't have anyone holding us back with our music and our talent and our, all the dreams and things we want to manifest. Like we need some free water up on this planet and some free electricity because they know about magnetism and things like that. You know what? I go past this tower at Disney and I'm like, I bet that's a Tesla tower. I know Disney doesn't pay for any electricity. That would make absolutely no sense that Universal Studios just pays for electricity. Does that make sense? Do you know how much electricity that would be? You know? So
Yeah,
anyway.
it's nutty. It's nutty that they have Disney World and it's like, where are you getting your power from, bro?
I'm trying to figure out how when you get there, there's no insects either. It's really weird.
No insects in Disney World? Like, I'm thinking they got
I've never seen ants. I've never seen ants or mosquitoes.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
that's something you have to figure out.
That's like some type of atmospheric control. Maybe it's ionic pressure or something. Good night, other Danny.
Other Danny, good night. Yeah, that's weird. No insects, but you have more tunnels than the subways in New York. That's just that's very intriguing, I would say, Walt Disney.
Yeah, I really do wonder. I want to know. So any other questions or any other messages before we wrap this up? Because we about to go to the living room.
Okay, we're going to the couch now.
Yeah, not my mom's basement. I'm gonna keep making that joke until everyone gets it. I'm not in my mom's basement.
The bathroom, right? Because you got that bathroom with the rack in the back. That one rack that like you put all the spices and candles on.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, with weird old decorations and strange stuff. Yeah.
And old perfumes. You're like, what is that?
The perfume where you squeeze the bottle.
Oh man. It's like, okay, today we're gonna be in front of the rack again.
Nighty night, y'all. Nighty night. Cosmic couch. Going to the cosmic couch. All right, guys.
It's been wonderful, guys. Thank you for being here. If you guys can support my work, if you want readings, the link's going to be in the video. Love you guys. Keep your vibes high. Affirm everything. And if you can help the cause, if not, just being here is helping the cause. And getting right.
Let's grab up for these awesome readings because I got him working day and night. And Jermaine and hitting these streets. So I'm like, hey.
The revolution has not been televised. So you got